Hello, this is Mad Cat, the angry egalitarian that discusses this and that. And today is the inauguration of Donald J. Trump, which forever means that my birthday is now ruined because I share a birthday with the President of the United States. Now, I did vote for Trump. I did vote this election, and I voted for Obama. Now, trust me when I say that I really didn't want to vote for Trump. It's just I really wanted to keep Hillary out of the office. Now, I could have gone third party, but there was actually another specific reason why I voted for Trump. Do I think Trump is going to mess up America? Probably, but no worse than Hillary would. Actually, probably Hillary would have probably done a worse job of ruining our country than Donald J. Trump. But the reason why I voted for Trump was on the promise that he could bring jobs back to America. And that is what's really needed. I'm really, really hoping that he does do that because we desperately need it. We've been giving like tax breaks to companies left and right, which some have argued that is necessary, but I think that's not enough. You know, we can only give tax breaks to companies that stay in the United States. If they take jobs overseas, nope, we're going to start charging you more taxes because you're not putting those jobs in America. You know, people have talked about raising the minimum wage. Well, you can't raise the minimum wage unless everyone else is going to be making more the minimum wage plus what they normally would. I mean, back the last job I had, I was making about $16 an hour. Okay. And minimum wage was about $10 an hour. And now you want to raise it up to $15 an hour. Now my $16 an hour doesn't look so great. I was proud that someone hired me at such a high rate, which was the highest rate I'd ever worked. And it's really not that much money, but it was something that I could be proud about, that my skill set was high enough to get such a high earnings. And the job that I had, the previous jobs I had before that, I was making $12 an hour. But, you know, raising minimum wage would mean nothing unless everyone else's wages were raised. And you can't do that without having jobs here. You know, yes, we should cut taxes on businesses, but we also have to make sure that jobs stay here in America. And I'm sure someone out there is going to argue with me till they're blue in the face about this and that and whatever. We need jobs here in America. And I think everyone across the board can agree with that one. And this is something that I think Trump can do. He is a businessman. He understands. And I really hope that if there's one thing that he does not back down from, that's it. I mean, he's already backed down about arresting Hillary Clinton, which needs to happen. She's a fucking criminal. And I'm not just saying that because I hate Hillary Clinton. No, I'm saying that because the evidence shows she is. If anyone else in the entire world had done the shit that she had done, they would have been thrown in jail. Setting up a private server off-site that, you know, no. And then sending classified emails. Oh, well, she didn't know she was sending classified emails. No, that does not make a difference. That's like if, you know, I hold a loaded gun. Well, if I hold a gun and I believe the gun is empty and I pull the trigger and it kills someone, because I didn't check it. I just assumed it was empty. I'm still guilty of murder. It doesn't work that way. But, you know, all the things with WikiLeaks, I mean, it's just so apparent, but Trump's not going to do it. He's already said, oh, I'm not going to do it. You know, building the wall. Now, I think building the wall is a bad idea. I think it's going to be like an astronomical cost and a major drain on our government. I mean, we're already hemorrhaging money as it is. But I think building the wall is a bad idea, and that I always joke that we should just buy Mexico because they already have a wall along their south border. So let's take over Mexico, make it a province. We don't have to make it a state, but we make it a province and, you know, build up their system. So I'm glad that he's kind of gone back on saying that he's not going to build the wall, but still, he's gone back on that promise. So, but the jobs, we really do need those jobs back. You know, too many people these days are working dead-end jobs, no chance for advancement, you know, no chance for a good salary. And the few people who are making a decent salary are the ones who's making the decisions to send jobs overseas. Now, I do understand economics a little bit. And I do know that if jobs are brought back to America, that means that manufacturing costs will go up because they have to pay a fair salary within the United States. By sending it to places like the Philippines and India and Mexico, you know, they can charge lower costs for labor, which equals lower costs for everyone else. But that doesn't really mean anything if people in the United States don't have jobs. You know, they don't have jobs, so they can't possibly afford something anyways. But if we bring the jobs back in America, that will cause all prices to increase. But that's only a short-term situation. Once people start having money again and they start spending money, costs will go back down. Maybe it'll take 5 years, maybe it'll take 10 years. But we got to start looking at the long-term solutions. We got to stop, you know, trying to do things on the short term. I believe Trump is the man for that. I did not believe that Hillary Clinton could do that. I did not believe Bernie Sanders could do that. There are a few other candidates. Well, Carly Fiorina, I believe that she could have done something like that, but I don't know if it was really a primary focus for her. I kind of felt like, though, that she would have cared about the common man more than anyone else. But, of course, she didn't win the primary. And I would have voted for her, but then I know how the system works, and it would have just been a wasted vote. So, that's what I think of the Trump presidency. He's going to fuck up. He is. I mean, the best we can hope for is that by the end of his 8 terms, and face it, it's going to be 8 terms, not 8 terms, 8 years, 2 terms. After the end of 2 terms, the best we can hope for is that our country is at this level that it is now, that it's this screwed up, that he does some good things, he does some bad things, and it all averages out. Because I'm not kidding myself on this one. Trump is probably one of the worst people to be president. The only person worse than him is Hillary Clinton. And I have no disillusion about that. And I knew what I was doing when I casted the vote that I did. That I knew that he would potentially fuck up our country. But then so would Hillary. So would Bernie Sanders. So that's my response. And I don't know if the inauguration has actually gone through yet. I've just been really busy this morning, but I'm like, oh, it's the 20th. It's his inauguration. If there's one other thing to be happy about with Trump being elected president, it's everyone's reaction, especially Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood is threatening to protest, saying we're not going to make any more movies until Trump does something, something, something. Good. Stop making crappy movies. And if this involves having the top A-list actors on strike, then maybe we can start having good movies again. Maybe we don't have to, film production companies don't have to pay these exorbitant salaries of these actors. So they can spend more money on the movie itself. That would be a godsend. But these actors and actresses are trying to dictate that they know what us Americans want. Fuck you. You don't know what we want. When was the last time any of you have actually tried to care about anything we wanted? If you did, you'd stop making dumbass movies. It's been a while since I've seen a really good movie. And I think the last really good movie I saw was maybe the newest Star Trek film. And before that, maybe it was Deadpool. So, I mean, those two films, I guess Civil War as well. So, within the last year, there's only 3 really good movies I've seen. Okay? And everyone, I mean, I just saw like Independence Day Resurgence, and I wanted to like the film, and it was awful. Why couldn't Brent Spiner stay dead? So, oh God, and this such cognitive, I can't even say it anymore. I guess that's where I'm going to stop this. So, post down below, what do you think of the Trump presidency? How bad do you think he's going to fuck it up? And do you agree that Trump was a better choice than Hillary Clinton? And if you actually think that Trump can make America great again, post that down below as well. I want to hear what everyone thinks on this subject. But my ultimate thing is if he gets jobs back in America again, I will consider his presidency a wash. No matter how bad things he fucks up, if he can get companies to put jobs back in America again, that will be a good thing. But if we look, since starting with Bill Clinton, we've had this pattern of 8 years of a Democrat, Republican, Democrat. We're now back at a Republican. If Trump doesn't get 8 years, I will be shocked. And if a Democrat is not then elected after that, I will be doubly shocked. But that seems to be the pattern now. And maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. That's a philosophical question right there. But post down below your thoughts on this presidency. But I'm sure many of you are like me. We just love that it's pissing off feminists and social justice warriors and all of those who just want to be big babies because they're worried about the big paycheck. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. This is Mad Cat signing out.